how bad you want this shit, huh? Come on. Yeah. My social meter ran out, so you know I'm finna dip. I just wanna stack this cake, stay out the way, yeah, that's it. Ain't nobody gave a damn, but a young nigga till he got rich. I'm geeking way too hard, yeah, I'm finna glitch. I just changed my whole lifestyle. I just cut off dead weight. Now they know I'm fly as shit. We always have potential. I'm just cashing in my chips. Melly Mike just like Steph. Yeah, cause he don't miss. I don't give my energy to nobody except my clique. Yeah, I just spent a couple bands eating good on a dish. They don't say congratulations, but you know they watch that shit. I ain't even gon' get mad. I'm young, black and rich. She tryna sell me lies, bitch. I ain't buying shit. If we ain't talking money, then I'ma plead the fifth. I put ice in my mouth, yeah, I'm hydrated. I ain't even gon' get mad. I'm young, black and rich. She tryna sell me lies, bitch. I ain't buying shit. If we ain't talking money, then I'ma plead the fifth. I put ice in my mouth, yeah, I'm hydrated. I ain't even gon' get mad. I'm young, black and rich. I ain't even gon' stay in your life. 745 got cash that flight. Both my flight, my life all private. Gotta take a bad bitch out to an island. I don't say too much, nigga, I'm silent. And we fell off, we ain't in alignment. Yeah, money coming and I get on a different timing. Yeah, you niggas in debt cause you still gotta pay me homage. Yeah, why you so nosy? What the fuck wrong with your sinus? Yeah, got so much on my plate that we fine dining. Yeah, when you up like this, they do what you say like Simon. I'm young, black and rich. I'm young, black and I'm young, black and rich. I'm young, black and rich. I'm young, I'm young, I'm young, black and rich.
Get in here and find the space again. So we're gonna play some music for you guys. So
Yes, yes.
let me just get this going then.
Good morning.
Good morning. It always a little something when Twitter does that and won't allow you to open the planned space.
It's
Then
because
all of a sudden everything is up in the air, but we'll be okay.
that super
Just
grok.
hope.
Grok
Yeah,
is slowing everything down.
yeah, maybe. There's sometimes it's hard to get a connection that way. So let's just play some music. Let's play a nice good morning song, a little bit of vibes. Yeah, just making feel it a little bit better in this red market. Let's go. Yes, of course, there needs to be some volume too. All right, let's go. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
up in the morning, sun not shine. Where we calling, crib grind on my mind. X platforms buzzing, good vibes we send. Rise up, stack sets, let's do this again. Morning on X, we tweeting the truth, grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Check the charts, yeah, the market's alive. BTC pumping, all coins are thriving. FTs flipping, got the beer in my back. Smart contracts clicking, no turning back. Defy yields, we're stacking the gains. Hotel through the dip, no stress in my veins. Post on X, GM fam, let's rise. Let's worry as we reach in the skies. Good morning on X, we're tweeting the truth. Grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Gas fees low, yeah, we're moving with ease. Layer 2 solutions, breezing the seas. Minting new tokens, community tight. Web dreaming, we're working all night. Say GM to the fam, positivity spread. Crypto's the future, fiat's long dead. From Solana to Ed, we building the way. Rasta in the code, Jah guide us today. Yeah. I revives man, the blockchain secure. Decentralized world, the vision so pure. No bank, no boss, just peer to peer. With the dream, and we're working all life. X keep us linked, the signal so clear. Tweeting GM loud, let the whole world hear. Yo, yeah, yeah. Alright. Good morning on X, we tweeting the truth. Grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? So wake up on the grind, don't stop. Web press the wave, we're reaching the top. Good morning on X, let's keep it real. Crypto's the fire, just love we feel. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. One love, one chain, one dream. Wait forever, we reign supreme.
You ready, Tic?
Yeah, what's the ticker? Yeah, what's the ticker? Where's it at? Yeah. What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a cat. And the SOE is moving quickly, I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the meme coins back, 1,000x is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
All right, all right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Oh, stop.
Yeah.
Once was enough. Once was enough. You got the live stream going, Tic? I'll make you
Yes,
co-host.
yes,
To
indeed.
secure this.
You know
To
what we haven't
secure
heard
this.
in a while was the OG. What's the ticker? It's been
Yeah,
so
I
long. I
know.
can't even remember how it.
No, a few days ago I played it.
Yeah,
In between.
it's
Yeah.
it's
A few
been a
days ago
minute.
I played it.
That's the what's the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag.
Yeah.
So the C, yeah,
Sent the CA in the chat. Yeah.
I got the Solana in the
Well, I
bag.
played I played the whole one last, but then you weren't on stage yet. So,
Mm,
but I do play it occasionally. We just
yes,
switch it up. We switch it up.
yes, we do.
So, welcome everybody here in the room, in Spaces on X. And welcome everybody on the live stream on YouTube. We welcome everybody on the live stream on X as well, right? We're here on a Saturday. We're just showing up, showing out because look, the market might be a little bit red right now, but there's other stuff that you can do, that you can build on for your future. And the Tic is going to help us a lot with content creation, how to make content using AI. I'm going to go over on how to optimize your Twitter post for a larger audience and how to use AI to discern that as well. I'm also going to give you some alpha when it comes to TikTok and Instagram. Now, I do have a TikTok account, but it's totally not crypto related at all. But I'm going to show you some magic tricks that you can do so you can make and bang out 200 videos in just 5 minutes using AI. So I'm gonna tell you that so you have content to blast all over TikTok. So let's go with that. Of course, we have Sui Premier in the house, and he'll tell you got a space, and then so I named Solana and Sui here, and then I'm gonna give you some free gas, but then you have to drop your Sui wallet. This is gonna be Farcoin on Sui. You're gonna get some gas, right? It's a little bit of gas to yeah to help you out a little bit with some gas fees. And at Sui Prime, if you're ready, can come on stage with us. Sui Prime is also a project on Sui, right? And he's probably going to tell all about it when he finds the time to get up on stage. But go ahead, take and give us your
Oh,
alphanizers.
oh, about yeah. I mean,
Yes.
it just depends on what you want me to touch on, but let's see. Yeah, because I've had a lot of people reaching out to me in the DMs
Yes.
asking about creating videos or helping create content or what have you. And so it just kind of depends on which direction um, people really want to go. So I'll just find a starting point. So I was thinking possibly of introducing Opal, because Opal is one of the most powerful AI applications to date. It's so nuts. And on the live stream right now, I actually have a few applications that I've made with Opal, and really quick here, I'll pull up. This one is probably my favorite one that's working right now because I if you know from developing applications and coding, even vibe coding is kind of the same in some ways that after you compile a project, if you go back in and change things, sometimes it stops working because of you have like different variables that depend on each other, and sometimes you rearrange something where it creates like a broken circuit or like feedback where you shouldn't have it. It can just confuse the AI. So this is AI Image Studio. This is one of the applications I created with Opal. The way that I created it, if I go up, let me actually, I'm gonna uncrop a little bit of the top so you can see the status bar at the top. Up there, you can see, so I have the option for app and the option for editor. And how I access this website, my favorite way to do it is I usually just go into Google and I type in Opal. You can just Opal Google, and then you will see, when you do that search, you'll see opal.withgoogle.com. And so that is the URL for this Google Labs experimental application that's free to use. So once you get on there, there are some demo applications at the bottom of the gallery. You scroll down and there's a list of different applications that are already kind of like pre-made or like templates or use cases. They kind of can give you an idea of how to design the applications and how the whole process works. And first thing I did was I kind of played around with it a little bit to kind of like learn the ropes. But once you kind of get your bearings, you want to go to create new. So maybe I'll start from the beginning and show you create new, just so I can show you how this works from the ground up. And then we'll go back to the AI Image Studio that I already have created. So if you're going to start an application, you can see this is the main dashboard right here. And it's just like any other AI agent where you have a chat window and then you have the feedback window that kind of tells you like what's going on. So describe what you want to build. So I'm going to create a simple application. There's a lot of different use cases for this. The way that it works is it's a agentic AI model that basically you create agentic workflows where the different models can talk to each other, create task lists, perform planning, and generate videos, pictures. It can perform web searches. It can fetch data from websites. It's absolutely incredible what it's capable of. I haven't even really wrapped my mind around where I can actually go with this, but an image stylizer or a meme generator, those were one of the first ideas that kind of came to my mind. So describe what you want to build. So I'm going to say, let's create an application that allows the user to upload any image from their device, and they will have the option to stylize the image in a number of various artistic ways. Some examples to provide will be modern pop art, neo, let me see, futuristic, cyberpunk, let's do neon glow, liquid, glass, 3D rendered, and what's another stylization that might be cool? And let's see, and meme coin degen. All right, cool. Well, as stylizations, as stylizations for the provided image. Okay, so all right, so the user will be presented with 3 variations of the generated image with the ability to download those images. Let's add a button to the results web page to go back to the first step and start the process over from the beginning. All right, so this is just a prompt that I freestyled real quick just to show you how easy this is. A more optimal way to actually do this would be to take the prompt that I just put in there, feed it into ChatGPT, and ask it to optimize that prompt for Opal. And you can even explain what Opal is. Okay, so it just created that app in the last, whatever that was, 10 seconds. How insane is that? That's absolutely so remarkable. So I'm going to change the name to the app. I'm going to call it Image Stylizer. All right, cool. And so now I'm going to zoom in here on the workflow so we can see what's going on. So the first thing we see, there's 2 inputs. We have the input image and artistic style. This is where the user inputs the data. Then the first step is it takes the input image, it takes those 2, it feeds it into the first model. So this is the generate model. This talks to Gemini 2.5 Flash. And then this is the prompt it created. You're an expert in generated image generation. Okay, so this is basically for the prompt engineering. And then the next one takes the prompt, engineered prompt and the image. This combines those 2. You can kind of see how that works. So the first model takes the input of the first 2. So you have the image and the artistic style. And it feeds it into this model. And what this model is doing is it's saying, take this data and let's create a prompt to stylize the image in an artistic way. It's just so insane how cool this is. And so then it takes that after it forms the prompt and has those instructions. The second model, you can see where it says generate image tool instructions. So it's taking the information from that model and then combining it with the input image from this section right here. So it takes those 2 elements, combines them. Then you have the output module. So the output, we have this set for web page with auto layout. And then there's a quick prompt that says generate a web page that's going to have the images on displayed with a restart application button. Very simple. So this is, like I said, I'm just making the most simple app that I can with this, just to show how this works and how the workflows work and how the models talk to each other. So I'm going to do start right here, upload your image to stylize. I'm going to just take one that I did yesterday. What's the ticker? I'm going to put that in here. And then I'm going to say, what do I want to style like? I'm going to say liquid glass just to see what this does. All right. Cool. Now it's generating the image tool instruction. So you can actually see here on the left, well, you have two options. You can go up here to the top and just do app view. And this is like what the public sees when they interact with your app. You can actually share the application. Other people can use it. It's really incredible the possibilities of that alone are so cool. But this is like what the other user sees. They're not going to have the editor window. This is the editor window where you can actually see the like skeleton of the model, and you can see the different modules talking to each other. Right now it's on the final stage of the instructions to generate the stylized image, and here we are that quickly. And so these aren't the greatest. These aren't even really usable. Actually, this one is. I actually like this one. So I'm going to go open image in new tab so we can see it in full size, and look at that. So this might not be like, the greatest image that I've ever created. However, from beginning to end, I don't know how long we've been hosting this space for, but I mean, that was only a few minutes. And I just created an application that's an image, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like so blown away with this and no one else finds it interesting or
No, it is
useful.
pretty cool. No, it is pretty cool. That's why we're doing this space. So some people
Did
are
you,
in the DMs asking about how we create content,
yeah,
especially you, Tick, because you're so creative with all of that. I'm more of like, hey, what's hot? Analyze it and repeat the process,
yeah,
maybe in a different way, see what sticks. So I do have a focus on other things a lot by the day, a lot of crypto, a lot of trading. And so when I create content, and when the girls about me create content, we do it in the fastest way possible, the biggest bang for the buck, right?
yeah,
But if it's something you're into, it's much appreciated on X, right? All the arts that you see, I see constant people on the timeline making absolutely great stuff, right? And so this is something that is for free. It's a free resource. You can get better in it, and because AI is going to be part of our future, and so even with just prompting for videos, pictures, whatever, you're going to learn a lot about how it works and how prompting works. And so the more you prompt, the better you get at it, right? In the beginning, I was kind of fighting all of this. The pictures never came out the right way, but I'm slowly starting to be better at this too. So it's a journey you should go on because it's going to be a part of our future, whether we like it or not. So yeah, take much appreciated.
yes, yes.
That was
So
Opal.
so I'll show you some cooler stuff though. The image. So I got two other models that are really incredible. So I got one that's the meme coin video generator. Here, let me plug in my headset 1 second. Sorry. All right. So cool. I still got you here with me. Oh shoot! Did I mess this up?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
yes, I'm still here.
All right, so meme
I
coin
just was
video
I was
generators.
looking at
I've got
something else.
Yeah, I've got a few different ones that are really sick. So one of them I'll show you that's kind of useful. Let me see, where is the daily crypto blog? So this one's pretty sick. So this one I told the model to basically, I'm gonna go into the editor so you can see what's going on here. Ooh, this I need to delete. And then what's going on here is this combine new highlight. Okay, so right here, what this does is it takes the ticker. You tell it the ticker right here. You say you're an expert in financial research. It uses Gemini 2.5 to do a bunch of research on the crypto. Then it does deep research with Gemini 2.5. So it takes that information, then goes into Gemini 2.5 with deep research, and that is a deep research with it. Then it takes that information, it combines it to kind of organize it. Then what is this? Your content creator. So this tells it now to basically create like an image. Then I told it to take that image and create a video from, oh no, this isn't the one with the video. I'm sorry. This one's with the image. So this does a blog post and then an image. So it takes the news from the last 24 hours on whatever ticker you give it. So I'm going to do Sui. It uses Gemini 2.5 to do deep research on all the latest SUI news for the last 24 hours, and then it compiles like a little blog post that I gave it some specifications to kind of look for certain either like resistance or support or major market movement, news that's been released, large like institutional transactions, things like that to like look for, and then organize that into a blog into sections, and then take like highlights from that, and then generate images to match up with the paragraphs. So I believe it normally does like 3 paragraphs or so, and it'll have like an image for each one. And sometimes they're actually like really good. As well as this also has video capability. So I could even just modify this workflow and then change the Imagen or the Gemini Flash model to VO3, and then give it basically the same instructions and say, use the data that was scraped, or what was determined with the deep research, and basically create a prompt to create a video with VO3. Then you take the result of that module and then feed that into a module that has VO3, and you say, use this data to create a video that's visually appealing and optimized for the web, something along those lines. But that is how easy, and this is free. There are quotas for how many videos that you can generate on the daily. Typically, I usually, seems like after I do like 3 videos, usually it tells me I've hit my daily quota. But still, 3 videos with VO3 is incredibly expensive if you are factoring in how much you would have to pay for the credits in order to create a video with VO3 using any other model. It adds up quickly. So that's why I like to share this information, because the more money that you're saving on content creation, the more money you can put into your portfolio, and then we all win. I do highly recommend taking a look at Opal. It's in its experimental phase right now, so it is free to use. And the other thing that I want to touch on is that, let's say you find yourself unable to even think of an idea of, an application to make with this, or you're having trouble like wrapping your head around like the workflow thing. If it seems like too hard, it's one of those things I feel like you really have to like start getting the ball rolling with that. You got to start. It's like riding a bike. Like, no one can really explain to you how to do it. You're not going to fully like understand how to go through the motions until you're actually sitting in the seat and you're, spinning those wheels. So the same applies here, that once you actually start digging into it and using it, the things will start making sense to you, and it will start falling into place. Because at first, just looking at these workflows, it's kind of, for me at least, I was having like a huge disconnect in between like looking at that and thinking like, but how does that actually work? I couldn't, like, in theory I could understand it as like a concept, but I couldn't actually like grasp how I was going to get it to work. And then it wasn't until I started like putting things together that I realized, I'm like, okay, well this module is dependent on this one, so it has to go in this order. And I actually did some of them backwards because it was easier for me to start with the result that I wanted, and then kind of figure out how the models needed to talk to each other. I also found myself thinking, well, this is great, and this has so many like, it's limitless in its possibilities, but I can't even begin to think of where to start with this, because it's just, there's just so much. There's so much it can possibly do. So it's like, where do I even start? So one thing I did is I made up a prompt and told ChatGPT, I explained to it what Opal does and what I've already built with it. At that time, I had already made like 3 different applications with it, and I was giving it some examples of what I made. And then I said, what else can I do? And so then ChatGPT gave me some awesome use cases. One of them that I'll share with you, which I really liked, was called the AI powered live stream content kit. And so I wanted one for What's the Ticker, where a daily crypto fact sheet that could help like make like basically like an agenda, find hot ticker, like whatever, but like a daily news uh, bot that just basically can go out and fetch data, do deep research on the latest news, and possibly generate images, things like that. But that's just one example. But you could configure one to make a blog with a video, with a good morning post, and all in one, have it do all the deep research for all the latest news and highlights, all that stuff. And yeah, so describe your video's theme. I'm going to say Sui. I don't know what happened here. I feel like always overlay. I'm going to say Sui Network. That's okay. And then upload a character or token image. This, I think, was one of the models that I was kind of struggling with. I'm going to test it out anyway and see. Cool. So I just put in the first two variables. I left the third one blank. And then this generates the video prompt. And then this is going to generate a video for Sui. This one's kind of lacking in other like descriptors and aspects that would make the video better. But I'll pan over to this window real quick. In this tab, you can see the Sui blog post that it generated for me, a 90-day deep dive. So it's got Sui Network and unprecedented on-chain growth, and then little like breakdowns, little images. It made 4 different sections, or no, 5, six. So Sui tokenomics and road ahead, navigating unlocks. It talks about while August 1st, 44 million token unlock, 167 million caused a 10% dip, large exchange outflows. So this is current. This is today. This is today's news. And this model that, I just put together threw this blog post together with me. I didn't even have to do anything. All I did was put in a ticker. I can do the same thing. I can put BTC. Well, no, actually more impressive. I'll do Bored Toilet Club. Check this out. This blew my mind. I couldn't believe it worked.
It's so bullish.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, what? It knows the other BTC?
Well, look, this is powerful because this can give you actually, what draws a lot of engagement and a lot of views for a post is a thread. So you can use that blog post to have a really up to date, really solid, factual,
Mm-hmm.
pre-made thread that you can use for any project that you want to talk about. And these are really powerful, especially if they pick the ones with a lot of community behind it, right? So I'm just spinning some alpha here for you because these work really, really well, right?
Yeah, you could tell it like every day. Or hypothetically, I can make another model
Yes.
that is geared towards making like enthusiastic, educational, informative posts about whatever it is. Like let's say it's like Sui Network. Why I'm so bullish on Sui Network. I'm gonna make a thread every day until it hits $10 or whatever, and you could actually have it just do. It'd be a lot easy. This would optimize your workflow and just make it a lot easier. So here's the Bored Toilet Club blog post it just made. So it made this like crypto toilet with a magnifying glass with all this like wireframe
Yeah.
dot matrix. And ever heard of Bored Toilet Club? Turns out our deep dive into crypto data hit a snag. While the name sounds like a fun mix of Bored Ape Yacht Club and toilets, a direct established crypto NFT project matching Bored Toilet Club is exactly hard to pinpoint. It seems the query might be a blend of so it kind of confused the model. Let me see.
All right, so maybe you should use the handle at Board Toilet Club so we can source from the Twitter.
Well, it is seeing it on the Sui NFT marketplace. It shows specific market presence, and then what does it say here? Then there's Bored Toilet Paper Club on Ethereum.
Yeah.
That's not real, is it? Oh,
Possibly.
huh.
Possibly.
So, yeah.
But what we want to do is, if you make a thread, then maybe you should use the handle instead, right? So use the handle so we can draw from the handle. Yeah.
Yeah, I made a meme coin video, it's kind of optimized for meme coins, and so that's why when I gave it the Sui token or Sui ticker, it kind of just came out all wonky. Crypto Meme Factory. So I've made so many that Generate these viral memes and tweets for any crypto project. So if I do Sui, or let me see, Fartcoin. Fartcoin's a better example to kind of test it. Desired number of memes. So I'll do 6 different memes. Choose meme vibe. Let's do degen. Let's see how this comes out. Cool. And so then while that's working, I'll pan over to my AI image studio. This is a model that I got working that I was really impressed with the results. So upload image to stylize. Yeah, this one, come on. Is this, why am I having issues with this one right now? That's weird. Yeah, this is my favorite one. This actually works better than the rest. And right now I'm having an issue. I wonder if it's because I have the other model running in the background, so it's not letting me Okay. Well, that's weird. Yeah, this one has the most impressive output that I've dealt with for images so far. Input image, upload the image to stylize, describe. So, okay, let's see. Ensure. Let's see. The first prompt page is not loading properly. Please fix this. That's one of the cool things about having this, because NAN is a similar type of application to this that does agentic like workflows and everything, but that doesn't have the vibe coding AI like this one does, where if you're having an issue, you can just basically talk to the model and it will fix itself. It can fix errors and do all sorts of really cool stuff. So yeah, I do highly recommend it. And I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else off the top of my head. I don't know. I can share more. I mean, I could share more. I just don't know. I'd like to get some feedback from some people,
Yeah.
maybe
Let's
how
go
you
for
guys are
feedback,
feeling, or
and then
maybe what you guys want to see.
yes, I'm gonna ask you, take, do you have Canva?
I do, yes. Well, no, no,
Yes,
no. I don't
okay.
have the full version. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I don't
Oh,
have a
because you
subscription.
kind of need the full version to blow out like a bulk creation of videos, so you have always content on hand to post straight up, unlimited, right?
Hmm.
This is actually something that I taught a teenager to do, and she's making a ton of money on TikTok. And so, because I had the subscription with Canva, she came to my house to make all that because they didn't have that at home. And I was like, you're more than welcome to make it over here. And then you can just post yourself into oblivion. And she was making these motivational posts, right? And she made like these short motivational videos for TikTok. And it really took off. She is cashing in. So, and this is a kid, 14 years old, right? So that's a good use of teenagers using TikTok. They should not watch it. They should either be in charge of the content, right? And not stick around to mindlessly scroll on there. Because actually, if you do that, your brain will turn into pudding. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you got to take action. You got to create and make something if you're on these platforms, or stay away from them, right?
Hmm.
So yes, or use it as a learning tool, but TikTok is not that great for that. I would rather than YouTube. I now make use of YouTube a lot more,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to, I'm still learning Chinese, and so I'm watching a lot of Chinese content on Bilibili and on YouTube, right? So the Chinese YouTube and YouTube. I use YouTube because it does have these English subtitles. Sometimes it's easier on there for me to watch Chinese content to learn to speak better Chinese. Of course, I have a teacher, but I need to absorb a lot more. So there's that. But if you have Canva, it's not that expensive. It's actually just $10 a month, right, for the content. And then what you can do is just go ahead. It's very easy to make a video on there. You can choose a background. And then if you want me to touch up on it a little bit more or do a thread or an explanation on how to do that, I will maybe do that coming week. So you can do a topic and then have a text with topic, have a part one, clip it up in two sections, your video, and then in the second clip will be part two. Then you can go to your tools and go to bulk creation. All right, so don't we now we have it set up so we can fill it in. And we go to ChatGPT, which is for free, or Grok. You're gonna ask Grok or ChatGPT to give you motivational content and to divert to splice that up into the topic, a part one and a part two, right? And then you just press enter and give me 200 or give me 300. So it will give you a lot, right? And then you just copy that list, put it into the bulk creation, and now every video, the topic will be changed to the topic, the part one and the part two. So the first sentence and the second. Then you press create, and you have two, three, four, 500, however many you want, right? It's just that they're going to have the same background and they're going to have the same sound. So you might do bulks of like 50 or 100 and then spend another 3 minutes on creating a video background with something else, right? That's relatable to your topic. And on Canva, you can go ham with background. So you can figure out a lot. And then when you do that, you spend like 15 or 20 minutes. And then you have 1,000 videos. Some of them look very different, but they all have that theme of what your channel is about. And that is good for at least a month of posting. So that's 20 minutes of work for a month worth of content. That is what I call time versus money. Yes, this is the 90-10 rule. So 10% of what I do should give me 90% return. And so this is really a great one for all of this. So Canva and Bulk Create, if you look that up on Google, you probably get a good explanation from it as well. If you have Canva, I think for $10, it's one of the best tools that you can get to create content for social media because you can make great layered GIFs, right? And it has this drag and drop function. You can make websites drag and drop function and then upload them. So for $10, I think that's a great investment if you need to maintain a website or a social media or a social media or multiple social medias even, right? And so yeah, that bulk creation is the best bang for the buck. 20 minutes, 1 month worth of content that gives you money, right? So so that's my alpha. I like these things because the less time you spend on something, the better it is, because then you can move on to something else, create another stream of income, and repeat the same process. Yes.
Mm. Yeah, right now I'm trying to steal something from Canva that I like. So what I did here is I like.
If you really want it, then I could get it for you too, because I have the extension on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already paying for ChatGPT and Gemini, and what
Yeah.
else? I just started another subscription for
All
something
right. So
else, and it
yeah.
just adds
So
up. So
but I do. So if you need something done,
yeah,
then share
awesome.
with me. You can share
Yes,
projects, right? So you
yeah,
can share it with me, and I can finish it. And I do have the
sick, sick,
professional, right?
sick.
So that is what Canva does too. You can
Yeah,
share out works that you can share and work on with other people.
yeah.
And I really enjoy that because I like it when the teenagers do that, right? They are getting stuck, creatively getting stuck. They don't know how to finish it. They can find it. And then you just add 5 more people in there and be like, guys, right? And they are gonna go and give their own spin, and somehow then it works out faster, right? The project gets done faster
Mm.
because you have more eyes on it, more people working on it.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show a hack real quick though. That's I love doing this because it's super easy. And so like with Canva, there's a pro level video, an artistic video that I like that I want to use something like that for something I'm creating. So what I did was I
Hmm.
took a screenshot of it. It's this like powdery, colorful smoke that's like moving in slow motion or whatever. And so I
Yeah.
screenshotted it, went into ChatGPT, and I said, hey, I like the background of this image. I want to make an animated video of an artistic, colorful cloud of powdery smoke exploding in slow motion. So then ChatGPT gave me a prompt to make a video just like that. Then I went into AI Studio, and then I just pasted the prompt. That's using Veo 2, which is free to do in AI Studio. There's also a few other ways I could create the video. So I could even go onto Google Whisk is one of my other favorites. This one's absolutely insane. It's so nice. So on Google Whisk, it's another Google Experiments tool. You just log in with your Google account, and it's free to use. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and describe that video. And so right here now it's generating it. I'm gonna go back to over to AI Studio. The video's done over here. If I go play, oh, that's cool. And so I'm gonna want to slow that down so that it's in slow motion, so it looks cooler. But that is so dope. Yes, that turned out great. I wonder if I can large view. Oh yeah, look at that. So you can see this if you're watching on the live stream. That's the video that that I just created with Veo 2. I'm gonna go back over to Whisk. Let's see what it created. So I got these two right here. I like the one on the left a little bit more. So I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go to animate, and now I'm gonna tell it the same prompt, and then now it's gonna animate that video. And this is gonna be with Veo 3. Like I said, this is free to use. You get a limited number of generations. But Veo 3, the results with this are quite impressive. Um, and then another option would be to do Google Flow. So this uses Veo 3 as well. This is just more for doing like storyboard type videos and things like that. But it is a great tool with a little bit more control as well. You have different details that you can control with it. So you got a new project. I'm going to generate text to video. I have it set on Veo 3 quality, and then I can change the settings. I'm only going to do one output per prompt. Let me see, and then let's do just like that. And I'm going to press play right here. And so now this is going to create a video as well. And I'm going to go back over to Whisk. This one's more, but yeah. So, oh, there we go. This one's done now. So there we go. I have that video. Look at that. Wow. I don't like.
Yeah, that's awesome,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. So for this one, I don't really like this too much because I shouldn't have used the word exploding. That's making the video just look a little bit too. I just don't like the aesthetic of that. So this would just need some
Yeah.
reiterating. But it just is a couple examples just to show you guys like how
So
quickly
this
and
is
easy.
what this is the side effect of if you start prompting with AI, you guys, and I think it's very valuable. You because you need a prompt. So in the beginning, you're going to be real simple, simplistic about it, because that your mind is not used to nuances this way. But in order to make a video really pop, you need to be like a director of a scene. And so if you ever read a movie script, it kind of describes the whole mood, right? How the camera moves, catching every scene. And so you got to be kind of like the director. And I think it helps so much with our literacy when it comes to emotions and stuff too, because how to express a mood. A lot of people find that hard to do. But if you work with AI, you get better at this, right? You your vocabulary will actually upgrade a lot because you are having something in your mind how it needs to look, and you need to describe that mood, right? The vibe. And so how you're going to go about it, and AI is really good to teach you all of that because you get better and better and better when you do that, and your videos will look better and better and better too, especially if you do it in combination about what the where the camera needs to go and what's important to stand out in the video, right? You can lead AI in that direction as well. So setting a mood, even just for not for video AI, but just for your pictures, setting a mood and learning how to describe different moods. I mean, that's epic because it makes you going to be so much better as a human in
Yeah,
expressing yourself, right?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
so yeah, absolutely. I mean, it and I think you experience in this Wild&Tic because people are always asking me about my videos every day. My Good Morning post has a little short video clip of 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And so mostly my daughter makes them. In the beginning, I could not, for the life of me, prompt these things. They were bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I learned how to become better at it too. And I kind of had to learn how to express myself in order to make good prompts. So, yeah, setting that mood, setting the vibe for what you want to have seen, what comes out of your mind, it needs to be AI generated, has to do with a lot with the word choice that you're using. And the more elaborate, the more you can nail that, the more
Absolutely.
you can get that picture to
Mm-hmm.
what it was in your head to on the screen.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's a great tip for AI. I love it
yeah.
in this way.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you touched on that because that's exactly what happened by me using the word exploding. that
Yeah.
tells the AI to add like a little bit more of like a violent imagery because of
Yes,
the way that
exactly.
the AI works. There's not a whole lot of like gray area. It uses the words that you're using as like mathematics to determine, the outcome. That's really incredible the way that LLMs actually work. The
Pick up on that. Well, it's like I said, have you ever read a movie script?
yeah,
Right? So they are setting the stage first and foremost, right? So when the actors are reading the script, they can really feel into the scene because the stage is set, the mood is set, right? So that's how they can then roll with it, learn it, right? And be good at it. And we all know when a movie doesn't have that and when it does.
yeah,
And then it aligns, and it's kind of like the same thing you're telling it when actually making a video using AI is like you being the director. And
yeah,
if there's a character in your video, you need to lead that character, but you first got to tell what is the scene, what is the vibe, what is the mood, right? And you need to catch that with words.
mm-hmm.
And that is some people give up because that is actually not easy to do. It may look easy, right? But it's actually not. You have to use a lot of more nuanced words because we tend to go to extreme, like you use in exploding,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
then yeah, right. But you may want it to go for something more nuanced to
Yeah.
actually fit more what was in your head, what you
Yeah,
wanted to see on
I
screen.
would. It would be a few words to describe exactly what I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know. It'd be like gently moving, like in a slow. Um, Let me see. Like,
Yeah, but
I can't
see
even
what
think of the word.
happens.
Yeah,
Now see what happens. You got to think about your words now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It
and
does
so
help
and
so
that
much. And
is
then
a
next time I find
yes.
myself in that situation, it's like the
Yeah.
words come that much easier. And so, like you said, it does like build your vocabulary, and I feel like it strengthens like neural connections that,
Absolutely,
you know
yes,
what I mean?
because you're
It's
now you're
weird.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
kind of
you're
like the way
thinking.
like flashcards work. When
Yes,
you're trying to
exactly.
recall the information. So, like, what is that word again? What is it?
Yeah,
And so all of a sudden
yeah,
you're rebuilding those neuro connections, and it's like,
yeah.
yeah,
You're optimizing yourself in this way.
yeah.
Absolutely,
And that's why it's
it's so
so
important.
helpful getting the prompts from the AI too. I don't mean to cut you off, sorry, but you know what?
Yeah.
Like you were saying, when you're using the AI to prompt, there's kind of an aha moment. You're like, "Ooh, that was the word I was looking for," or "That's how I
Yes,
wanted to say
exactly.
it."
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, like be the director of create the scene is setting the stage first, right? When you need to direct the scene, you need to have the mood right because then the light artist can. When you say I want a kind of like a midnight broody scene, then the light artists know what to do, right?
Yeah,
If you don't mention this, they are just gonna go with what they think is appropriate. So that's you got to lead every little thing of the scene this
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When they fill in the gaps for you, that's when you end up like with weird stuff where you're like, "Where did that
Yeah,
come
with
from?"
weird stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So you got to set the mood, and then the lighting and how the camera moves and how the character moves are gonna fall in place with that mood.
yeah.
So when you AI prompt, you got to describe the mood, but that's sometimes hard. A lot of people in the world are emotionally illiterate, right? So they cannot the feels of something is something that people have a hard time expressing.
Mm. This AI content kit. So I just this one
Yeah.
just generated for me because I was kind of waiting on this. So I wanted to show real quick. It does a live stream thumbnail. It does a intro video clip, and then it does a research summary with all like the latest news, market pressures, sentiment. The token, it mentions the token unlock on Sui right here, future outlook, predictions, and then it made like a pre-stream agenda. So I mean, even if you're not doing a daily stream, even just like for your daily presence on Twitter, you could make like a posting plan that every 3 hours, here's a post that's targeted towards this and asks a question about this, or a market update here, like whatever, however you want to do it. But you could even tell it to optimize your posting for like engagement and like visibility on X as well, and like the AI will help determine maybe the best way to do that as well. So just increasing your chances of optimizing, at least. It's so cool. So just wanted to touch on that. If anyone wants links to any of these applications, or you have any questions about any of this, like I said, these apps are free, and I have links to all of mine are public as well, so you're able um, to use these if you're interested. Generate a video about your favorite meme coins. So this is another one I did. I'm going to put fart coin in here. And then, so I think this was just the crypto video maker. So I'm curious to see this one looks at, yeah, this one is pretty in depth. So I told this one to basically do a research summary on the token and then help devise the prompt based on the news around the token. So yeah, these are just like things that I came up with like off the top of my head, or I would be working on something and I'd be like, ooh, well then I could probably do this with it as well. But I've barely scratched the surface of what the possibilities with this, and I do recommend exploring it, see what kind of stuff you can make, even if it's just for content creation, because the fact that you can I've been doing like bulk image creation as well, doing like 6 images at a time. Let me see if the image studio will work now, actually. For whatever reason, I don't know why this one doesn't work right now. It's so weird. Upload, prefer. Maybe I need to put one more user input. I'll go like this. User uploads image from their device. And then I'm going to route this one to here and here. Okay, let's see. And then, oh, it's still not doing it. And I may have just broke my favorite model. Oh my gosh, come on. I wonder if it's because it's not. Anyway, so
You're
we'll
breaking
keep it moving.
AI.
Let's keep it moving. Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. I was gonna tell you up front that I kind of a little bit on the move here for me. I kind of need a break. Yesterday in the hospital was kind of like I did a little bit of a number. I kind of don't feel
Oh, I'm sorry.
too funky. For Saturday, I'm kind of, yeah. Well, I'm getting through my day. No worries there. It's just that I need a little bit more rest than I thought I
Yeah.
need. Yeah, I was kind of going after all of that. I'm kind of going on the 20 miles an hour again, because that's who I am. And then at one point this afternoon, I was like, hold on a minute, it's not starting to feel great.
Oh man, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's okay. It's just a lot of things, a lot of tests, and I gotta do a lot of tests every now and then, and because I do volunteer for experiments, right? So they use me as a bunny to yeah, to test on, because it's rare what I got, and so. But yeah, it takes a whole day, and it's kind of draining. And these experiments are not always fun, right? It's a lot of tests that we're doing. So yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. So we should just go ahead and wrap it up then. Right.
Well, I kind of want. I kind of not. I'm not sitting very comfy at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, kind of
Uh,
fading out. But look. Yes, Comfa. No, I don't know spell. But very bullish. Just for 10. If I think you have that in your arsenal of content creation, it's going to be so powerful, no matter what platform you are on, right? And what you want to make, because it has a little bit of everything. It also has an AI generator, different AI generators, actually, also a video generator. And so to have access to that for just 10 bucks a month, I think is a great way to do it. You can then
mm,
build also with other people and make use of these bulk creations where you can just bust out like 300 videos in 5 minutes, done, right? And so you have content then that you can post every day, and it's just going to be too bullish. So I think that's a good one. And then using the free tools that Tick mentioned. And then you can also you learn how to incorporate one into another. And maybe if the video is not looking that great, you can still edit it in Canva, or put a different music to it, or put your own voice to it, or whatever, right? You can do that all in Canva too, and do a remaster or something on it. So that is bullish as well. Yes, you guys. Tomorrow for us is going to be a day off for what's the ticker. Unless Bitcoin hits 120K from here, then we are going to be very bullish. right? We filled that CME gap and filled it more than we needed to. And so turn the market red. Guess what? Dominance 62 and a half. That will rise to 63. I was kind of expecting that too. And that the market is turning this red. Well, that's expected then. We are still in a bullish continuation. Don't worry about any of what's happening in the moment right now, because this needs to unfold over time. So don't get FOMO'd out by people is like all season canceled. No, no, no. We're still very much into the quarter four, and it's just not going to happen in 24 hours. It's like let it cook. We're letting it cook, right? And so that needs to happen. But I'll be in the crypto moonlight. This is Lamb Space. Lamb is here in the room with us, so go follow. Give Lamb a follow. And I'll be in the crypto moonlight talking a lot about the market, but we're also going to talk a lot about, and I don't know, Tick, if you got that alpha already. I know you got a little bit of it
Of the
about the
Ethereum.
The Rensa project,
Hmm.
right? Yes. So there is actually a Twitter account now with at Rensa Project. You need to keep an eye on that. You need to subscribe to Bark and Shibo, and it's going to pay you back in tenfold, 20-fold, 100-fold, right? Because this is going to be amazing. It's going to be all over X before you know it. And I kind of mentioned it in my Good Morning post how uh, that NFT sold for 300 ETH, not $300, right? Um, so yeah, that happens, right? 300
Wow,
ETH. Can you imagine?
that's crazy.
Take 300 ETH.
Jesus.
Somebody was like, yes, the Fidenza. I'm just gonna buy this Fidenza, and here's 300 ETH out of my wallet. Ka-ching.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody just did that. Right. So don't fade this at all. What do you got to do? Well, subscribe, but also max engage on the timeline. Anybody mentioning this project, you need to be max engaging. This means that you comment, bookmark, share, right? Because people are paying attention to them. So that's just as far as I can go here with this, right? And mentioning all of that. I'm going to hop into a space and put it on in the background and listen for as much as I can before I rock myself into dreamland, hopefully soon. Yeah, yeah.
Did you see the water coin, Mr. Beast? It's
The
kind of
watercolor,
bullish. Yeah, you know who Mr. Beast is, right?
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, so Mr. Beast is he's trying to provide clean water to millions of people. So
Mm-hmm.
if I go on to Mr. Beast's page, he has 33 million followers. And if I go, he has 24 hours in. Team Water has already raised over $5 million, 5 million years of clean water for people
Awesome.
in need. Must keep the hype going. So, yeah, 5.2 million years of water. So yeah, he's they have a goal of hitting 40 million, I believe. So they're
Wow.
a tenth of the way there. But he, at first, I was like, oh, this can't be real. I saw it on the Phantom as the trending token. It was up like 8,000%. And I was like, oh, this screams scam. And then I started looking at what Mr. Beast is doing. And I was like, oh no, like, as far as I can tell, this is actually legit. But it is kind of unusual that they launched a crypto token as well. I am kind of confused if I'm not 100% sure he's tied to the token. It was launched on bags. So if I pull it up on the Mobi screener, I can see. Let's see, market cap of 3.8 million, liquidity at 591,000,
Yeah.
and yeah. So and then let me see whale holders, whale watch data. So there's how many? Four whales currently holding 7 whale trades, 1 whale sell, net flow 1.1 million. Um, yeah, so a lot of $500 buys, or a few $500 buys by the whales on here.
Yeah,
So
I'm a little bit skeptical when
yeah,
people are not upfront with either being a part of it or not.
yeah,
Because it seems like they want to, distance themselves vaguely enough so they can never be pinpointed if anything
Right.
goes wrong,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. When I go on his page, I'm
And,
not seeing anything about a
uh,
crypto token launch.
yeah,
So that's the part that I'm kind of sussed out about.
that's it, right? So you never know these things. This might be, it might be something, might not be something. Is APAT.
That the
Yeah.
market cap stuck below 4.5 is kind of bearish to me because I'm like, if it was
Um,
really a Mr. Beast token, it would be sitting at like 20 mil already, I feel like.
exactly. So it's kind of known in the space, right? So you got to, yes, move carefully, especially with a market like this.
Yeah.
People in this market are looking to exit the market, not enter.
Right.
And so these things will have big sell-offs if it flips red, right? And we see that in the whole market. The temperature is the fact that people want to leave trades. And so tomorrow, when we're going to get some pumps, you see that these pumps are going to be suppressed because people immediately want to leave the market when it's like this. I
Mm.
know it doesn't make sense to me either
Uh
because how
huh.
are you going to make a ton of money, right? But you hold, you make money. And but these people are just freaking out, and so when price comes back even just a little, they're looking to exit the trades. So when the market is red like this, be aware that tokens are sending left and right. In a market like this, I'm never entering because one big red candle will cause like a massive panic sell because people are looking to exit the market, not enter here. Only
Um,
people with diamond balls enter the market here and are bullish.
what about people that rotate into USDC when the market starts pulling back? Somebody was telling me that they do that, and I'm like,
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
that seems like kind of like you could shit all over yourself trying to get back in, trying to like
Yeah.
get
Also, yeah.
find a floor. Yeah, I mean, just
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
only if you believe that they are doing so 100% of their bag, and they're not.
Probably
So
just doing half.
here is what traders do with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin moves in a channel. Now there's always that in the middle line of a channel. As soon as price gets there, like it's now, uh, there in that range, a lot of traders will sell 25% or 50% of their bag because it's the middle of the channel. If we lose the middle, we're going to the lower end. And so then they have that USDT to then gun and put it in there
Mm,
so they make more money on the trades, right? Makes sense?
mm,
And so that's what you see when it moves in the middle too much of that range. If you draw a range, right, your trend lines, and you see the range, and you see draw a middle line, you can also go to your tools and draw that too. Hold on, this is my Fibbies.
dude, this purple graphic that I
So
made.
like a,
Oh, sorry,
mhm,
sorry, sorry. My bad.
no problem. You're just excited. You're excited. Oh, here it is. So you have a regression trend. So use your go into your tools. You have your trend line tool, right? And then you can go and do parallel channel or a regression trend, and you go from the swing low to the latest swing high, and then you have that regression trend, and it has that middle line in it. Oh, I don't want to make it right now. Oops, I did it. Oh, this keeps going now. All right, remove. So then you can expect when it hits that middle line, a lot of traders are going to exactly make this move because if price drops further, they can then add that 25, 50% on the lower trend line to their bag, which makes their bag be in profit sooner, right? So that's actually how you save yourself when you accidentally bought a top two, right? You
Mm,
sell
right.
50%, buy back the bottom with that 50%, wait for a pump, exit the trade with your bag intact, right? So that is a strategy that they do.
Mm,
So I'm not surprised. However, I'm surprised that there's a lot of sucking out of the market right now from people that are actually using this to buy Bitcoin, and we can see that because the dominance is up.
mm,
So Bitcoin, people are buying Bitcoin again slowly and
wow.
surely. And now you would say like, why no price uppy? Well, exactly because the big traders there are doing that strategy, And so it's hard for that little piece that is now entering to absorb that cell volume that's up there, right? So, but it is happening, and the dominance is up, and that also means that when it's high like this, that your the rest of the coins in the market are going to adhere to that dominance again. Right now, by almost 3% more than it was last week, so that is significant. So nobody gets a chance to escape this by much, right? So we're all just going to watch it, but kind of this kind of needs to happen. It's a bullish divergence here for Bitcoin because the dominance rising and up means it's bullish on Bitcoin again. And so Bitcoin needs to make moves, right? So we're waiting for a little bit more up beyond the dominance. And of course, for all season, we're going to watch that Ethereum. But we're going to talk about that in the Crypto Moonlight tomorrow morning. I'm going to take a take a little bit of a painkiller here and just relax so I can just 100x tomorrow morning and do a workout and go for a run maybe, right? Go for a run always makes you feel better, like a little intermittent sprinting, something like that.
Nice.
Um, yeah, you want to get it out of your system, right? I hate feeling like this. I hate it even more to give into something like this, but
Can't fight it.
sometimes you have to. I know, right? I know. All right, I'm looking for the outro here. Yes, Max engage with Shibo and Bark, right? Hit those posts up. Also, if you see some posts from Doginal Dogs, give them a like, right? Comment on it. It's important. You're being watched because we all tag Bark and Shibo in these posts as well. They see. So, and go follow that Rensa project. This is no joke, right? And we don't give much warning here either. So,
Okay. And if you have
do you really or not?
and if anyone has questions about AI content and
Yeah.
creation and stuff like that, if I have time, I don't mind hopping on like a Telegram call and sharing desktop and
Yeah.
walking people through things. So
Or come into our Telegram
yeah,
group, right? Ask for an invite. You can go in there, and then there's a ton of links and resources in there that you can use. It's all for free. It's all for free. You can create passive income online using social media with free tools, and it's just taking a bit of your curiosity and setting it up. But when you set these things up, right, that is the hard part, what takes the longest. But then if you do it efficiently, you can run all of this with very little time, right? Very little input on time. And that's bullish. That's what we want. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the ticker?
What's the ticker?
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
Where's it at?
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag. Send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map. Solana sniping like a gat. And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm gonna squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back. And the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yeah, you guys. Thank you for showing up on a Saturday, right? On a Saturday where it's like X is dead. I hope you learned
Yeah.
something, right?
Me too.
And follow each other. Find that right white rabbit. White rabbit. It's needed.
Yeah.
It's the alpha. Not even joking.